Hey guys, what's up? I'm back. Let's get right into it. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you've been rocking with me since day one, welcome back. So today's video is going to be a chit chat, get ready with me, hence the bare face. And yeah, I'm also going to just update you guys and fill you in on what's been going on with me. Let's just get into it. What's new? I am literally in the last stretch of classes, hence the expression on my face. For the most part, I am excited. The previous week I was I was stressed out. I'm going in with my Inglot mattifying primer. I was pretty stressed out. Like, I don't think I've ever been that stressed out in a while. Honestly, I'm the type of person that doesn't allow things to stress me out. Even if I know like that's where it's heading, I'll just like either find something else to do, find something else to put my energy towards so that I don't think about it as much, and whenever I need to get back to it, I can get back to it with a clearer mind and a clearer spirit. Because if it's one thing that I really dislike is doing things when I am doing things when I'm stressed out or overworked. So that was my big thing both last week and the week prior. So there was just a lot going on with school and work. Work has been the bane of my existence for quite some time now. So we're just gonna hop right into that subject because I feel like that's something that needs to be expressed more so, because you know, I'm back on the tube. It's been a minute, and quite honestly, work as well as stress as well as everything else going on was not helping my creative juices flow, and that's why I've been gone for a week. So I'm just happy to be back, quite honestly. I'm not even trying to like focus and dwell on that stuff, but once again, it has to be expressed. Okay, so what am I doing here? I've just applied my primer. I'm not going to be mixing both the NYX tinted moisturizer. Y'all, this is bomb.com. This tinted moisturizer right here, I'm kind of upset that I didn't purchase this sooner. And the LA Girl Perfecting Liquid Makeup is just as bomb. So I like to mix the two, and I've gotten a really nice finish out of it. So yeah, but back to work. Work is so uninspiring. It's so boring, and it just doesn't really do anything to add value to my life other than get the bills paid, which is in the end what everybody, you know, wants to do. Like, they want to get their work done and succeed and move forward. But when I say that work is not doing that at all, and I think it's also because I've gotten to a point where you learn to do so much for yourself and you see what you're capable of, that being in those settings, you just can't help but feel like it's holding you back. Especially if it's something that you don't care about or you're not passionate about. So majority of the time while I'm there, it just feels pointless. It feels really pointless and really frustrating. And I've also come to realize that, like, because I've grown so accustomed to doing things on my time, especially through YouTube, that I pretty much feel like my own girl boss when I'm uploading videos for you guys, whether that's uploading on my own time or being consistent and uploading 3 times a week. Like, I've just learned how to, you know, do things for myself and know that it's serving a greater purpose, as opposed to working for someone else who isn't adding any purpose in my life. So it just feels very contradictory to me at this point to work for someone else, and it's very frustrating. It's extremely frustrating. And you know, you see things and you hear people's stories, and it's just like, are we in high school like all over again? Like when I'm working with older people at that, and I see that you're acting younger than me and you have a very childlike mentality, that immediately just like, I'm just like, I can't spend more than, not even a minute, more than like 30 seconds talking to you. This is the Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer, and I got this at Generation Beauty 2015 if I'm not mistaken. Also, I don't want you guys to feel like I'm complaining. I'm literally just like trying to fill you in and give you the reasons why like my mental has just been all over the place. So work is a very big part of it, but I am in the works of looking for a new job once again, because you got to get the bills paid somehow and you need money quick and easy. So far what I've been looking into seems pretty promising. Not just that, but it's also going to help get the bills paid a lot faster. Also, another reason why I feel that way towards work is because I've realized in my last two jobs, this one and the last one that I was working, like my self-worth means so much more to me than like bowing down or having someone talk down to me or even attempt to be disrespectful. Like I'm not a fan of that. So for me, it's like I'd rather walk away with knowing that I defended myself and I put you in your place, rather than have you speaking to me however you feel just because you're manager for a couple of hours. Like, please. So that's been another thing. It's just like my self-worth is so much more than having someone even attempt to cross the line. So that's kind of another reason why I just don't want to deal with that stuff. What else? As far as school, as I mentioned before, I'm in the last stretch. I am graduating this semester, so yay. And honestly, it didn't sink in until a couple days ago. I was just like, whoa, I'm really graduating this semester, like what's up? So that has also been another step forward in my life. And then of course at the same time it's like, well, what do you do now, or what do you want to do, or what do you want to accomplish? So it's a lot to take into consideration, but at the same time I'm not trying to cause myself any more stress than necessary. So yeah, I actually even started going to the gym to help cope and relieve myself of any stress that is literally left on my mental and on my body. Like, I've just been trying to stay active. So I literally went down a couple blocks and then I saw that there was a gym in my local area. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take advantage of this and use it as much as possible. So I am pretty sore today because I just went yesterday. My boyfriend and I, we both headed up there, and I finally got his lazy butt up and he thoroughly enjoyed himself. So now he's like super motivated and ready to head back, so that's good. And I'm just trying to keep active, more so because I haven't been dancing as frequently as I would like, and I also feel like that's another reason why most of the times my head is like all over the place, because you know, that's my self-care. So that's another really big thing on my list, is making sure that I am devoting plenty of time into my self-care and making sure that my mental, my body, my temple is in the right space. And yeah, self-care has become really big on my list, more so because while I was going through the stress, I did realize, because you know, things happen in your life and you start to see your personality develop and how it handles things. So I have come to learn that I'm very low tolerance. So, you know, if I'm coming home, whether it be from work or just a productive day, I like to make sure that when I get home I can at least have those 10, 15, 20 minutes to myself before I decide, like, okay, now I'm ready to indulge in a conversation with you, or, you know, do a favor for someone. Like, but if I come home and I'm immediately getting badgered with different things, I tend to get pretty frustrated. So I'm working on making sure that I have that time to myself, that peace of mind, whether it's just zoning out to some music or a facial mask or just a shower and washing my hair and just relaxing. Like, as long as I have that time to myself, I feel so much better, and I feel like I can deal with everything else a lot better, rather than coming home and not being able to take a shoe off before someone is like, oh, can you do this for me, and so on and so forth. So it's just like, girl, can I breathe for a second? Like, I just walked through the door. So that's been another thing that's big on my list. Self-care. Please make sure to take that time out for yourself, and don't allow stress to attempt to take over, because we're not gonna let stress take over at all. So I just set my face with my Maybelline Fit Me, and as you can see, I'm pretty much hitting pan now, so I'm gonna have to go back and get a new one. This is really good, and it's only $5, so I really like that. What's next? I'm gonna use my nude sticks. This is the magnetic eye color pencil, and this is in the shade Terra. It looks like a light brown, so I'm gonna use that as a primer. What else can I fill you guys on? Oh, as far as my creative juices, that was another thing, and that was why I wasn't filming, because during that time I did want to film. Essentially, I really wanted to film, but time and then people in my way and just not really being in the space mentally where I could express the creative juices without either being interrupted or time flying by or procrastinating. So that was also really annoying, because there were plenty of moments where I would come home and I'd be like, oh my gosh, yes, I'm gonna film, but of course everybody and their mama's in the house, and then it's just like noise or background noise. So it's really about me finding the time. Majority of the time I film in the mornings anyway, but I don't know, I can't help but feel like there's always something going on, and it takes away from my focus, and then I'm like, you know what, I'll just try to film next time. I'm just going over this primer with that Maybelline Fit Me powder. But yeah, other than that, I was also trying to let my creative juices just come back on their own. So I was like, you know what, let me just take this for what it is. I know that this is a lesson being taught. It's like, Allie, you got to figure out how to get through this. You got to figure out how to put your emotions in check and not always wear them on your sleeve, because I can be very emotional sometimes, Like, it's either I can't keep my mouth shut, or I'm going to continue speaking about the situation until I feel that it's resolved. And if I feel like there's no resolve, you're still gonna hear it from me. Or sometimes I can not speak about the situation at all and just go inward, and then it's like, oh, what's wrong? And it's just like, now you won't talk. Now you won't talk. Because I tried to talk to you last time and you didn't do it. So it's a double-edged sword, but I'm just trying to work on me, and then at the same time I need people to work on themselves as well, so that we can function, honey. And that just goes for everybody. Like, honestly, you really need to work on yourself as a person. Like, you think that this journey is about helping out the next man. No, this is about you learning to come into yourself and knowing the type of person that you are, what you can tolerate, what you cannot tolerate. The people that you allow into your space play a huge role, because at the end of the day, whoever we come across, we do pick up things from their lifestyle, the way that they view things, and we implement them. It's either we implement them because we believe that it could be great for our personal benefit, or we toss them to the side because we see that their views just don't click and they don't match with what we're trying to go forward with. But life is truly a journey. It's like, you always know these things, but when you actually see it come into play, like, wow, I really need to pay attention to who I'm hanging around with, who I'm speaking with, you know, who I'm sharing my time and energy with. Okay, so I just applied my eyelash primer, and now I'm going in with my new favorite mascara. This is the It Cosmetics Hello Lashes. I mean, other than that, essentially, I'm just trying to be happy and as productive as possible. And once again, just not letting outside influences get to me, because in the end, I am genuinely an optimistic person. I've been optimistic for as long as I can remember. I just always remember myself being that person, like, no, it's okay, we're gonna get through this, and you can't let stuff get to you. So I kind of have to give myself that same pep talk, like, you can get through this, Allie. You can get through this. And I know I'm gonna get through it. I'm just like overthinking as always. But other than that, I'll be fine in no time. I tearing. Now on to the good stuff. I have a lot of new content, of course. So there's a lot of collabs going on. So that was another thing too. I'm like, okay, I'm getting all this work that I can work with. So I do have 2 try-on hauls coming up, as well as some of my own personal reviews and demos on some new products that I've purchased, all hair related, but just some new products that I've been trying out and that I've really been enjoying, and they've been working. Also, I've like stopped being so, because I do love my L Organics products, but then at the same time the product junkie in me comes out and it's like, girl, you need to try this. So I constantly live in my beauty supply, my local beauty supply. Like, they're just bomb.com, and when I tell y'all that I'm in there all the time, it's to the point where like the girls, when they're seeing me, they're like, hey girl, because they know like I just pop my head in, whether it's after class or because I essentially do need something, then I'll go in and check them out. I'm tight lining with my Marc Jacobs highliner. So I purchased some new products by this one brand, and I'll be doing a review / demo on that pretty soon. I wanted to film it yesterday, but of course time. After we got back from the gym, we actually stayed there a lot longer than I expected, which was great. Of course, I'm paying for it now. Sipping on some Teamy Skinny. Because if you guys are wondering, I am getting ready to head over to class now. But yeah, we ended up staying a lot longer than I expected. And the first time I went by myself. So, you know, I was able to like cheat and just get away with doing little stuff. But this time it was no games. And my boyfriend was not trying to let me get away with what I did last time. So I was actually like sweating. But it felt great. It felt really great. So I'm happy about that. What else? I've been trying a lot of new product. So I was fumbling through a lot of my makeup that I got over at Gen Beauty last year, and I found a lot of new stuff to work with, and actually it's helping, as well as skincare. My skincare has changed, and it's ever changing because I really want to work on my hyperpigmentation. So I've been doing a lot more to focus on that, because for the most part my skin is clear. You know, the only time I really break out is when I get my cycle every month. Other than that, I don't break out. That, and like I've learned to drink a lot more water. I used to hate water. I was one of those children. My sister, she can drink gallons and jugs of water all day. But me, I was that child, like, no, I don't want none of that. I don't want it. Now, I do drink a lot more water, or coconut water. Coconut water is my jam. What? And it's so funny because I remember last year, my boyfriend and I flew out to Miami. And he had purchased the very coconut water that I did not like. And I took like a small sip of it, and I was like, this is so... I was just like, ugh. And he was like, man, you just brushing me off as always. And I was like, fine. So next thing you know, I bought the bottle of coconut water for myself one day, and I drank it, and I was just like, oh, this is so delicious. I love me some coconut water. So now it's just like coconut water everywhere. So coconut water is your girl's best friend. And I do feel that it has helped me a lot internally, as well as even with my skin, just drinking a lot more coconut water. So it's helping to not only detoxifying, but it also has some saturated fats and way more potassium than a banana. What? So it has way more potassium, and it can eventually help you also if you want some weight gain. It will help you with that as well. So I love coconut water. And if you guys are wondering which one I tend to drink the most, if you follow me on Insta, then you'll see on my Insta snaps that I'm constantly posting pictures of it. It's the Harvest Bay coconut water. That is my new jam. If not, I'm usually drinking the other one is Harvest something, and it's the pink coconut water, and that one tastes just as delicious. A little more expensive, and that's why I drink more of the Harvest Bay now, because they're a lot cheaper and you get a larger quantity. So yeah, I'm now going to line my lips. What else? I'm really happy to be recording again though. I mean, as you guys can see, like, my mood is changing as I'm filming. So it's no longer on the sucky, stressed out Allie side, but more on just the motivated, happy, and excited side. So I am really glad to be filming again. Even though it's only been a week, like, it just feels like forever to me, because the whole time I would just go to my page and be like, I have to film a video, I have to film a video, I have to film a video, and then I wouldn't film. Excuse me. I just felt bad and horrible because I knew you guys were waiting for like that notification to come up. I'm just like, oh. And I think another thing too, like, is like, as bad as it sounds, like, it felt good to unplug for a second as well, like just kind of go on about my day without really having to stress about anything. So it was like, okay, I'm not filming, but at least I can get more of like my personal things done. And so that was also a factor. But now I'm back and I feel like me again. That was my main thing. I was like, the whole time I was in that like mental, uncreative and emotional stressful rut, I was like, I do not feel like myself. I'm like, what's up, Allie, come through. She was kind of just like, girl, I'm tired. So I took that break and it was much needed. Now I'm gonna do this hair. I washed it. Ooh, child. I washed it yesterday after gym life. So it's looking somewhat cray. Should I zoom out? Yeah. So you guys can see what I have going on here. Also, update on the bald spot. It's not really much of a bald spot anymore because I was using we just gonna wait. But I was using coconut oil pretty much. So I was using coconut oil to help with growing back the bald spot, and so far so good. It is pretty much covered up again. As you can see, like, this is the new growth I have coming in. So I'm happy about that. I have been doing like low maintenance styles. I did my first braid out in what seemed like months a couple days ago. So yeah, this is actually one of the new products by Maui Moisture, and it's the curl smoothie. Hopefully you guys can see that. But yeah, this is the coconut oil curl smoothie. So I'm just gonna take a little bit because it is pretty thick in consistency. But yeah, I mean, please guys, feel free to let me know in the comments down below how you guys have been feeling, what's been on your mind. Let's have a conversation. I do also have to film a Let's Get Real episode 2, so if you guys have any topics that you want me to touch on, I can definitely do that for you all so that we can get this conversation going, because I think a lot of people fail to realize what, especially like for me, I just feel like as a female, we deal with so much. We deal with so much, and people really at times like to belittle that, and I'm just like, no, we're really dealing with a lot, and you people think this is a game, okay? For my edges, I'm using the Coconut and Manoi Edge Control Glaze, which is this one right here. So I'm just like, why do people think that this is a game or this is some sort of joke? Like I said, I'm glad to be back on the tube and just doing what I love, because it's not like I just left and I kept it pushing. Like, no, I genuinely love making videos for you guys. So when I'm not doing that, it's like, oh no, like I honestly just feel horrid. Alright y'all, so I finally got this hair to cooperate, and I had to close my curtain just because the sunlight is doing its own thing right now. But I hope you guys all enjoyed my little spiel and my little get ready with me. See, oh my gosh, it feels so great to be recording again. Oh, I missed you guys. Actually forgot to put on my glasses. So that's the last part of this get ready with me here. And if you guys are wondering, these are my new specs from Vermouth Optical. So I will be leaving a voucher code down below, that way you guys can get your hands on a free pair, and I'll also leave the link down below for these as well. That way if you guys really like them, they're super funky, really big, and they just look great. I'll leave the link down below, and I will catch you guys in my next video. I missed you guys all so much, and I'll see you in the next one.